There's dirty niggas, excuse me. Dirty ass niggas, bro, married, that be in clubs, these Habesha clubs that, hey baby, come through. I'd be on Yahoo.
Let me ask you guys a question.
Be nice.
And what's your take on marriage? Like I've noticed that both two of you guys think that marriage
is a beautiful thing.
Yeah. You would be against it or like?
I'm not against it. It's just like it's like right now I say like I won't do it or whatever. But
what's your reasoning behind it? I mean, I understand that you don't want to do it, but like, why do you think it's not?
Because like the time we live in right now,
yeah.
It's not a myth. Like our parents' generation, like it wasn't this chaotic, bro. When they met, it's like my parents from Addis or whatever, you know, back home. So it's like I'm from there too. So it's like when they met, it's like there's a lot of restrictions. You know what I mean? You have religion, you have you know what I mean, culture. You respect the elders. So when they break up, it's like Shemagale coming in fixing that shit. Over here, bro. Half of these girls don't care. That's why they don't. I'm not saying there's a lot of religious women. No, I correct myself.
I think you should be cautious.
No. I am. I correct myself each time, but there's a lot of people that are like cool with like, you know what I mean. Some things I don't agree with. You know what I mean. So it's just those things kind of like restrict me from like, alright. This time,
you think that there's a higher likelihood of you getting a divorce? Is that what it is?
100.
I think it's that high.
It is.
I think it's more like 50, but I don't know. I don't know statistics behind
No,
it.
we looked it up on the phone. Yeah, even in Addis right now, the divorce court is in shambles because of like, you know.
Unless it's village.
I mean, we can't speak on that because we haven't seen the statistics.
No, we don't have statistics, we don't have factors, but it's kind of obvious who you know around you and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I mean, you hear, I don't know, I think hearsay is a lot more, you hear a lot of negative stuff and you don't hear you don't hear about all the families that are together and not negative. You do hear about
Can I say something?
when somebody breaks up because it's a negative news and we tend to like...
Let me say something.
That's
Okay.
the case most of the time.
So you guys believe if I tell you there's a lot of parents here in the US that live together just for the sake of paying the rent, that they don't sleep together just for the sake of like, yo, if I go out by myself, I can't even live by myself, so let's just stick it out. And then the kid is gonna be confused. I have people I know personally tell me, oh, I didn't even know my parents broke up, but they live together.
Oh, dang.
That sucks.
I mean, I believe it.
3-4, it came out of 3-4 people, bro. Habesha people. And it's like, why do you think they do that? You think they want to live together? It's just like a money situation, they can't afford to move out. Or if they divorce, you know, divorce is very expensive. You know what I mean? You gotta go to court and fight for like, you got, you know what, in your account, split it 50%. You know what I mean? 50%. So it's a lot of that happening, but out of like no shame, no and like so many lad, what would people think of me and all that, people tend to like, bro, they know how to hide stuff. Secrets are like,
I think it's for the sake of the kids too.
no, it's not even for the kids. It's
a lot
for
of
the sake of like,
secretive too.
yeah, it's for the sake of like, they live here. If they were living in Ethiopia, it could have been like, alright, I'm out. I'm gonna go back to my parents, or you know what I mean. People move out. We don't have that culture anymore. We don't have that. You know, women are prospering. Thank God, it's a beautiful thing. But
sometimes I think like you're right. Sorry,
no, go for it.
I always think like marriage. When I think of marriage, like how did it come to being from the beginning? It was it a religious decree or it was a political decree?
It's biblical, bro.
It's biblical.
Yeah.
Abraham and Sarah.
It was Adam and then Eve came.
Adam and Eve.
Adam and Eve, bro.
But they never married.
They never married?
Yeah.
Well, he gave him a woman, so you gotta look at it.
Yeah,
the Bible says she was born and he took one rib from here and
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. But he gave him a woman. You know
that's
what I mean?
the Bible. I mean, that's kind of hard to even.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Yeah.
I'm just like sometimes.
But there's a lot of
I
people.
never get answer to it. If you guys know historically or anything.
I think it's historical. Yeah, because of the Bible.
But no, families are too modern and like we have
Yeah, and
different kind of families.
I think
different kind of
they
things.
said that the reason why people started getting married is because when you have an offspring, you can like prehistorically before mankind started establishing like cities and villages and stuff like that, women and men were free to roam and to mate with whoever, just like primates, like animals, right? But the issue became when baby came out, you couldn't decide who it belonged to. So through that, they decided, it's through evolution in order to kind of like, if that person gives a baby, it's mine to identify your genetic gene. What they started to do, they started kind of pairing each other up as a unit. So, because it's kind of protect your lineage, so to say.
But that's
not biblical time. That's within, like.
no, I know. It's still 2, 3, not
That's
even 400, 500 years old.
ago, yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
No, 400,000 years ago.
Oh.
I'm talking about like, apes and shit.
Okay.
When they're evolving.
Yeah. Okay, so during
Prehistorical
BC.
times. Yeah.
Let's say BC.
Well, way before BC.
Yeah. So, if that's happening now, we're so advanced. What makes you think that's? I'm not saying there's a lot of people too that work it out for the sake of working it out.
But you're saying that just because other people broke up, or there's a high chance that you.
No, it's just I know me. I'm a crazy guy.
That crazy is a point, man.
Not like that, but it's like I know who I am. It's just like I'm the type of person like, okay, we're married.
And what?
You feel me? Like,
Well, there's a lot of benefits to marriage. Too.
oh, 100%.
So don't
Cook
get
food, massages every day, sex every day.
They don't cook for you. You gotta cook for her too.
Of course, that's my point.
What financial benefits I'm talking about? Like, you're talking about you save a little bit of money during tax time. You have kids and offspring. There's financial benefits to cohabitating together.
Wait, y'all asking me the same question over and over.
No,
What's up with y'all? Tell me.
I'm asking.
Just to point out, Sammy, like those benefits are already extended to the domestic partners too. So you can't be. You don't have to be. You don't have
I like that. The DP stuff, I like that.
Not necessarily. Like you can't file taxes together as
domestic partners, definitely. Everything is extended.
The benefits are different though. It's not the same as if you're married filing jointly.
Hey.
Domestic partners can be domestic partners filed jointly.
Yeah, but then at that point, if it's 7 years, the period has passed, then you basically, by court of law, any financial, monetary things that you have has to be split accordingly if you decide to split. So it's like marriage by internovo. What's it called? I forgot the word for it. But, like when you live together for over 7 years at the same house, at the same address.
That's considered marriage?
It's considered marriage.
I like that.
And so technically, even if you divorce, then whatever income, whatever.
So you need prenup for that too?
But it has financial benefits and marriage has a lot of benefits. But if it's for you, go ahead and do it.
I just want to understand what your ideas are. Why do you think marriage is not for you? Or is it because you can't commit to one woman? Is that what it is? I don't know. I'm trying to figure it out. Is that, I want to know what the source is. Why are we going around the bush?
Facts.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
You want to know what's the elephant in the room?
Yeah, like we're just going around.
Bro, it's part of that. Like, I'd rather not fake it than like tell you straight up. I'd rather tell you, yo, there's dirty niggas. Excuse me. Dirty ass niggas, bro, married, that be in clubs, these Habesha clubs that, hey baby, come through. I do your Yahoo. I swear to God, like, I'd rather be that nigga, like, yo, straight up, yo.
You don't want to be that type of guy.
No, I don't. If I marry you, that's it. Me and you, that's it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be that. Bro, I don't like that.
There is a lot.
I don't like playing that kind of game, bro.
To begin with, it's hypocrisy, and there's a lot of infidelity, a lot of.
Bro,
You don't be yourself, and we live in a highly individualistic society and lifestyle, and that would dictate that you need a little bit of freedom in life. And when you marry someone, you're really adding another person into your brain, and she's like literally adding you.
Yo, I swear to God, I always say that. You gotta satisfy someone that has a different brain than you. Literally. So you have to like learn someone's anatomy and satisfy that each time.
Yeah.
On top of that, when you get married, let me tell you, you go. I don't know if you believe in God or not.
Unless you're willing to pay that price.
Yeah, and that's
No.
my thing. It's like
Even bro, you swear in front of
the
God.
penalty
Bro.
is so high for getting into that situation, and if you know ultimately you're gonna head that direction, then you're better. You're right. You're better. It's better to avoid it. You know what I'm saying? If you know you're gonna veer off and go, look at other girls or whatever, sleep with other girls,
Bro,
then you're better off not being married from the beginning with.
couples go to church in front of church and say, "Till death do us apart," a year later it's done. What's like you?
Yeah, but the reasons can be very different. I mean, whatever.
No, it doesn't matter. But when you
If
swear
it's
in front of God and
infidelity-
say,
if it's infidelity, it's a different
"Bro,
thing.
like that's
If
the."
it's you separate because of financial reason, you separate because of
No,
maybe
no.
you don't.
But what I'm saying is that
compatibility
when
issues.
you're in front of God and say, "Till death do us apart," that means it doesn't matter what it is. I don't care if there's a hurricane. I don't care if we're broke. I don't care if we share a sandwich. You stay together.
You gotta commit.
But they don't do that. That's what I'm saying. Like,
So-
dude, I don't want that. You feel me? I'm like, yo, let me have like, you ever be at a buffet like, yo, yeah, let me have this. This is cool. I take this. You know what I'm saying? We can do that. Like,
But
be straightforward.
do you realize that as you get older, the pickings get smaller and smaller?
I was
in
gonna
a
say.
year?
I was gonna get to that.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Oh, you settle for like, she got no belly. I think.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Yannick, that's what you're resorting to.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, right now you're in your prime, your 20s and your 30s, you know what I'm saying? You can choose girls will talk to you. But once you hit like 50, 60 years old,
Oh no,
you're a joke.
50 or like.
I mean, do you want to be one of those Habesha guys at 60-year-olds at the fucking
Yeah,
bar
but
trying to...
I want to ask you a question.
You know what I mean?
Since you,
Like, that's what it's going to.
since you guys oppose it, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
You guys were saying, okay, marriage is not for you, right?
Yeah.
But okay, at some point in your life, you have to like deal with it. You know?
What do you mean deal with it?
What I mean by that is that you're not getting any younger. You know what I mean? Like every year.
Oh, you're asking me?
Yeah, both of you guys.
And I can have a girlfriend.
This nigga like 50 go put
But at
up
the same
at
time, she
Lexus.
might ask you. You know what I mean? Like she might pop the question right there. Like, oh, no.
They don't have to, but they ask you to ask them.
Exactly, that's my point.
Yeah.
But
They
then
give you an
eventually,
ultimatum.
eventually, I mean, she might give you signs and stuff like that for you to propose. But at the end of the day, that time is gonna come, and how are you gonna handle that? That's what I want to know.
And marriage is going to save you. How about you marry now?
It's not gonna say anything. I'm not saying that.
In 5 years, she don't want to see your gut. What do you got? Better than I.
No, I'm just saying. For me, I can handle it differently. But I'm just saying.
How do you think you're going to age over time? I mean,
Let me tell you.
that's a real
Let me tell you.
issue. It's like, all right, it's fine to be alone and whatever at this age and time, but when you get a little older, there's a need to kind of have
That's exactly my
like
point.
a partner. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point.
But so all the valuable, all the good ones by then will be probably taken or moved on or in a relationship, and you're gonna be left alone. Are you okay with living alone at the age of 60, 70, 80?
Nobody want to be alone. I'll tell you.
Alone in what sense?
Just you by yourself.
You're by yourself. You have a house, whatever. You cook. You just walk around, do your shit, man.
Woman partner?
No partner. No partner.
No, but you don't have to be alone to be like you don't have to be married to be like alone. Like if you're not married, you don't have to be alone. You can have kids, bro. There's women that's willing to have kids with you. Once you have kids, you have a family. Once they're gonna create a family in this.
But you still don't want to technically get married.
I think.
I mean, if you've done that, you might as well get married. I mean, you've went all the way. I'm trying to understand.
I'm not. I love kids, bro. I don't mind having kids.
But you're against marriage, though. You're opposing.
I
No.
You'd
We're
rather
not
not
opposing it.
get married.
It's not about me opposing it. It's just like
No one can
the
oppose
time
it.
is like.
It's established a system already. No one can.
Yeah.
I mean, you're opposed to it.
Wait.
You are opposing
So
though.
you
Wait.
are opposed to
Yeah.
getting
Let me
married.
ask you something.
Because you don't do it, you are opposing to it.
Oh, you're saying I wouldn't get married? Yeah. I mean,
Hold
you're
on.
opposed to it. You're
Hold
saying
on.
No, that's different than opposing.
not opposed, but
Not-
opposed to it. Like you're not against it. You're just like you. It's not for me. You won't do it.
Yes.
You're not against the idea of marriage
No.
in general,
No.
but for you don't think it's the right one for you.
No.
So which means that you're kind of opposed to get married, right? That's what you're saying.
Hold up.
True.
What were you saying?
When you marry, when you get married or whatever, okay. What's the first thing you do?
Like, what do you mean?
What, like when you about to marry her, what do you do?
You live together, you have
No,
sex,
what do
and
you-
you
what
have
do you-
babies.
Propose?
Proposed to
Yeah, what do you give her?
the ring.
A ring?
Who said that? Like, who set that up? Who set that up?
It's kind of like a tradition, like, you know.
Whose tradition is that?
I mean,
Everyone's tradition.
No. Do you think back in the day they did that?
I mean,
Oh, it's different.
The ring is
It
just
depends on what you mean
the
back in
ring
the
is
day.
just
Yeah.
the
As
ring
long
is
as we know
symbolic
it,
of
it's
you
always-
joining together.
It's, yeah, exactly.
It's binding it together.
It's a
It's
symbol.
not
It's
symbol.
symbolism.
Try to get like engagement.
Yeah, it's a symbolism. It's not really. It doesn't even necessarily.
No, I understand. No, I get exactly what it is,
It's a
but it's
symbol
just
of
like
union, it's a
it
symbol
just
of love.
happened randomly.
Basically.
You know, in Europe they don't do that. They don't
I
give
don't
you
know
engagement
that.
rings.
They
They don't. They don't. believe
Maybe
it.
not engagement ring, but they
How-
have wedding band.
No. That exists, but the idea of like getting the big rock and stuff is like an American
That's
thing.
yeah. I mean, you don't have to feed into
That's
that.
just
You don't have to-
fantasy, you know.
No, but if you pull up with like
The tiny
she a ring, nigga, she like, bruh, get out of here.
So we have a strong pro-marriage voice in here. Are you okay? You going to get
You
married?
believe in marriage?
You know a lot of people. You know a lot of people that got married.
I know a few people that, yeah, I know a significant amount of people.
How many?
You want me to give you figures?
Are they faithful?
Yeah.
I mean, I can't decide that. I don't know.
Not even faithful in cheating or something. Like why you talk to them or like dine with them if they see if they see
Listen, and I think it's a
bad
very,
shit. They don't
It's
turn
very
around
sad. I think men in general are like.
I think that's it.
Maybe it's hard to say that, but like I think men are a piece of work.
I feel
Better
like
word.
when women get older, they forgive you a lot more. So men know that, and they
Take
abuse
advantage
it.
of that,
Of
yeah.
course, because her time is up. She can't go and like she already have 2 kids. She's not gonna be like, alright, I'm done. She's not 21. So she's like, yo, I got 10 niggas in my DMs. She's not gonna do that. She's like, alright, I'm gonna deal with this dude and like make him feel bad and make him apologize or whatever.
You try to work it out.
And dudes literally abuse that.
all marriage is a hypocrisy. Because anyone that see around me, if you observe it with
Is it good? Go ahead.
if you observe it without Hippocratic way, there is a form of cheating going on all the time. And given the opportunity, there will be unfaithful in that marriage.
Okay.